Good afternoon. We're back from outer space. It is Monday, 4 p.m. movement snack. It's Monday the 4th of May. May the 4th, which has caused quite a few references to Star Wars today. If the May the 4th, you need your teeth in for that one. If May the 4th movement snack, May the 4th 4 p.m. movement snack is the one you're looking for, you found it. If not, have a scroll back. But for now, we're on the preamble for this May the 4th 4 p.m. movement snack. Hello, Bob from Northumberland, Chris from Wales, Jeannie from Wales. Come on in. Possibly the quickest 4 hours that's ever passed in the history of time. All right, Shrewsbury. Hello, Italy. Italy, I don't know if the Star Wars Day is famous in Italy. May the 4th. Doesn't quite say on the same, does it, in Italian? I've got a yes from Virginia. Hello, Jane. Edinburgh's in. Catherine Lepiki, what are you doing here? Fancy seeing you. That means Petersfield is in. This could be the first Petersfield outing. Welcome, Petersfield. Carol's back. Jane is sunny but cold in Edinburgh. Star Wars, Italy, Star Wars, the film with Jedi and Princess Layla, whatever her name is. Someone sung a song about Layla as well, but I don't think it was the same one. Hello, Trevor, back from a long walk. George, hello. Maddie, hello, you've come back. Oh, I think we're in about a minute and a half on this preamble. Oh my goodness. The preambles don't get any easier, but you help me out with that. This is good. We're in for a flow and stretch. Yeah, Bob, I'll get off Star Wars and onto a subject I'm more familiar with. Hello, Greece. Greetings from the Elliot Chapel Day Collective. Canada, Calgary's in. Hello, Dee. She's got the groceries, walked the dog, and now ready for a stretch. It's getting too random. Thank you, V. Hello, Inoka. Great to see you again. Please tell me it's time to get on with it. Come on then, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, my name is Bex Townley. It's May the 4th. Brackets, be with you. 4 p.m. movement snack. We've had Star Wars references all day. Thank goodness tomorrow is May the 5th. And by next year, maybe I might have watched the film to be better informed. For now, let's move on with the movement snack to get another 10 minutes in our accumulative minutes benefit bag. Starting with some standing or sitting start positions. Pick the posture that you want to start with. Got a chair here, so chair or stand. Have on this 4 p.m. movement snack, because we're going to be swaying and weight transferring and moving the trunk and moving the head and moving the hands. These three-dimensional slow movements may challenge your balance. Part of the reason we do them is to do that. So please make sure you have some external supports. Have a look at the movement, and if it's the first time you've had a go, try it in seated first just to see how that feels for you. Start position then in stand. Circulation boosting to start. Take up some support appropriate to your height. Start the legs on a steady weight transfer, walking, marching, whatever you want to call it. Once the legs are moving, then we can go through the prompts, the checks to lengthen the posture from the middle up. Open the chest, shoulders are relaxed and down, so we have this supportive trunk position. Arms come in as and when you're happy to. Remember, we're trying to optimise the movement of the shoulder as well. Continue with that in stand. Here's the seated prompts. Hip walk forward as always. This allows greater activity through the posture, frees up more leg room so that we can get our circulation boosting in here. All the focus through feet, toes and ankles, and here is the mark. So bring these two elements together when you feel ready. Hands together can often help with coordination, or maybe you're just on upper limb movements here as part of your circ boost, and you can combine that with a mix of really specific lift and shift on the hip walk. So you could combine some upper limb marches with that. And take a pause. That minute of circulation boost, we start every movement snack with that. And it serves just to do that, to boost the circulation, increase the blood flow. We'll get a little increase in heart rate, so you may feel you want to take a deeper breath, and then we pause and we're ready for the rest of the movement snack. We're going to start with some weight transfer movements, and that weight transfer can happen through the feet and the legs, or it can happen through the buttocks, the pelvis and the trunk. We're going to put our feet in a kind of slightly wider than hip width position. We did this yesterday. You might want to face your support with both hands on or here, and it's the same in seated. In seated, the weight shift happens across the buttocks. So I keep contact with the seat, but I have just a little shift, a little sideways glide. So I'm feeling that I've got a weight shift across my buttocks here, all unlifted posture from the centre. In stand, it's the same. Slow, small as you like. It's really subtle, but it's a definite weight shift. And for these, slower. Slower is what we're after. Slower is better, you could say. And with that, with each sway, be aware of where the weight distribution is occurring across your feet, that you kept the length and the activity here in the centre, that you feel balance and support. Now as you take this, if you're using external support, let it come with you, so the hands can slide across that with you. And in sit, it's the same. Okay, take a pause. That's the first element. Now I'm going to layer in some movements of the upper body of the arms, shoulders. And this is all part of coordinated movement, smooth coordinated movement where we have lots of different things going on. So again, we'll pick up on the ones we did yesterday. When we rehearse this for the first time, let's just take the arms on their own now. So we sweep forwards and sweep back. Often an effective thought on this is hands through water. So I've got a little gap either side of my trunk here. You can see my elbows are released, relaxed, and I've got this definite switch. And I can make that really smooth, and I can make more of the backward press there. Can you see I can lift and open a little bit more, and I can start to get a little bit more squeeze through the shoulder blades. Continue with that in stand, feel your way through that. As and when you're happy, sorry I forgot to layer in, as and when you're happy, we can bring in that really subtle weight transfer. And if it's the first time, keep hands on support, see how that feels, see how that feel how that affects your balance. Have a feel around that. In the chair it's exactly the same, but this movement with the arms will depend on the type of chair you're in. So you may prefer to take the hands from side to side, but we're going the opposite way to the weight shift here. Can you see? There, opposite way to the weight shift. If you like the look of those arms, you can try that in stand also, opposite way to the weight shift. Or or you might want to take opposites on the arms. Now here, can you see my arms are moving at a different speed to my weight transfer, or it can be the same. There's no hard and fast rules around this. We have lots of different movements going on at the same time, lots of different directions. Here we go, and take a pause. All right, just take some shoulder rolls here. We're going to move on to the stretch section, but I'm going to continue to perhaps link some of these stretches with some sway, with some preparatory moves. We'll see how we go. Starting with the chest stretch. Standing upright, lifted, active, also in sit is the same position. Just before we go into that stretch position, we've been taking this movement that we just done, virtual hug, a couple of these so we can flow, we can take some upper back stretches there, some kind of moving stretches, shall we say. And then after 2 or 3 of those, we can keep the arms open and come into our chest stretch here. Here or here. Or without the hands in position. Same in sit. Now, focus on the stretch. Focus on this position. That's the primary aim of this movement element, to get some stretch. Release out. Take a good breath, have some shoulders and go in again if you want to. And what you can do, if you like the feel of it, is to add some sway to that as you're going, if you're confident without use of external support. Or it could be stretch position is on and you take the slide and glide with your hands on support. Primary aim is stretch. If you feel it's compromising your balance, have a sit down. Okay, continuing with the upper body stretches, back of arm. So we've been doing this position on the stretch, walking over, walking up, up, up. The elbow here is fairly close, comfortably close to the head. It follows a direct line of the trunk here. There's the back of the arm stretch. Now what you could do before you put in that stretch is just do the mobility checks that we have been doing. So move around the ear, the head, the back of the neck. Just check, be aware of how your mobility is around that. Slowly into position, and then you can put the stretch on and hold. Exactly the same in seated positions. Holding this position, and don't be alarmed if you can't get your elbow to here. It may be that the elbow is here, and it may be that on one elbow, on one side you're here, and on the other side you're here. This is usual. We all have variances and differences in our mobility. I wanted to add something in. So we've been doing the extra reach up. If you're comfortable with both sides on the reach, the momentary squeeze and reach, if you're comfortable with that, you might like to try and extend out to the front, and then little bit by little bit we go in, and on the last one, if we can, we take a double arm stretch, slightly in front of the head, just an extra squeeze, and then I come straight back out of that and release. So we can start to bring in a double arm stretch on that. Only if individually you can get up there on both sides. To build up to that, you might want to take it lower and just ease your way up over time. And it's just a few seconds in these positions, like so. Let's move down to the back of thigh stretch. I tried to get a lighter perspective on the floor. I hope you can see a little bit better here. Leg out to extend is the first bit. If lower limb isn't an option for stretch, I'm going to recommend you go back into the sideways reach, lifting up out of the rib cage here and going round again on the chest stretches, if this back of thigh isn't an option. All right, here we go. Release, relax the foot, or the foot may be down, whichever you're happy with. Unlock the knee. And then here's the critical thing, this straight back position, straight back, and I'm hinging. Imagine I'm a plank, and I've got a hinge here. I've got some hinges that open and close me from here. That is the critical position for this, to get this stretch on. Now, if you go so far and you start to feel that you then start to bend somewhere, you've gone too far. We need to keep this lifted position, and we need to hinge to feel this stretch. Quite often, just to give you a reference of thought, quite often this happens a lot. I stretch from there. Can you see the difference? I want to hinge from here as opposed to bend in the lower spine. Same on the other leg. What we're trying to do here is ease slowly into these positions, and you can see as I take that hinge, it enables the top half, the reach, grab, grasp, dexterous bit, which is this, get down to all the parts that I need to reach. That's the purpose of this movement, that's the purpose of this stretch. In and out slowly. Feel your way around these positions. The pelvis, the knee, the foot, the spine are the things we need to think about to get that stretch on. If you're steady and comfortable and happy, when I say happy, if you're happy that your legs are strong, your knees are strong, the standing option would look exactly the same in terms of positions, but requires a lot more balance. And as you can see, we've been talking about supporting parts and moving parts. In a stretch, once we're in position, there is no moving part, so there's a lot of strength requirement on this leg here, a lot. So just be aware that if we do this stretch position in stand, lots of other things are going to be affected. Calf stretch, our double calf stretch, very quickly, running out of time, sorry, keep overstaying my welcome. The seated one is here, toe comes back towards us, holding that position, squeeze the toe back. I like to imagine that I've looped a bit of string around, and then I pull it in, and then I let it go again, and I can squeeze it back again, and I slide that heel forward and the toe comes back. Big stretch here in the bottom of the lower leg. Slowly release, come in, have a little move, go in again. Just try those 2 or 3 times, holding for 5-6 seconds each time. If you can't get one long hold. Standing options. Can you see my feet? Is the backward step. Here is why we do all this ankle mobility as well. There's the calf stretch. When I lengthen through my posture, I get an extra stretch here. This is the area where we become a bit chair shaped. If you imagine if you're in a chair all day and flexed, now we're stretching that bit out. So it's the anti-chair shape stretch. I've just renamed it. If you want to add in this one, you can see the full side stretch, in and out. And then we had the second part of the calf stretch. We took the step in. If you've got strong legs, strong knees, and you're happy with the positioning, then we can take this change of position here to get a stretch lower down in the calf. So by doing both of these positions, one is on a straight knee and one is on a bent knee. And you'll start to discover another part of the calf. And of course, don't forget to do both legs. That, everyone, is the end of our stretch. May the 4th be with you for the rest of the day, and we'll start today with May the 5th. I don't think there are any film references for May the 5th, but maybe we could make some up. 30 minutes extra in the bag now. That's another 30 minutes of purposeful, meaningful, functional movement. All these movements directly relate to all of your activities of daily living. So hopefully we're kind of ramping up your awareness of everything you're already doing to get even more out of it. That's it. See you tomorrow, 8 a.m, Tuesday the 5th of May.